Day in the NFL today.
All right, let's get to it. Richy Rich, Tom Ross, what's up,
Crazy.
man? Richy Rich, I'm gonna let you go first. Ross on the back end. What's up with you guys? How y'all doing today?
Yeah, just chilling, man. Just enjoying the crazy day in the NFL today, man. I mean, a lot of wild games,
Great, man.
swings. Yeah,
Okay.
but that's the NFL, man. It's all about that any given Sunday.
Damn right. What about you, Ross?
It sounds like he's breaking in and out.
Richy Rich?
It sounds like y'all breaking in and out. Y'all doing good. Just checking my picks, man. Just checking my
Oh,
picks.
just checking your picks. All right, you hear me clear? You hear me clear now? You can hear me good?
Yeah,
All
I
right,
can hear you.
All right, cool. So let's get into it, man. The
You're
Dolphins out
going.
the gate.
You're going.
Ross, what's up, man? Why you always picking against the Dolphins, man?
Nah, I'm gonna do. But go again.
Okay, so yeah, he'll go out and then come back in. But yeah, the Dolphins, man, they beat up the Bears, man. Let's talk about that, Richie Rich. What's up with that, man?
The Dolphins beat up the Bears. You mean to beat up the Browns?
Beat up the Browns.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that.
I mean, that was an obvious game. And we were talking about it. The Dolphins' offense was going to be able to show out in that game because the Browns, their defense is not really that good, and
Mhm.
stopping the pass. But what surprised me was how Dolphins was able to run the ball on the Browns.
Yep.
It seems like that trade they made for Jeffrey Wilson Jr. from the 49ers paid good dividends. That guy showed out. He ran for over 117 yards on 17 carries, and he had a touchdown. Mostert had a touchdown. Dolphins played with the balanced attack offensively, and they were able to not let Jacoby Brissett go wild on them. Their defense actually uh, played decent in this game because the last few weeks they've been allowing teams to go wild on them, and the offense what had to carry them. But it looked like today it was a well balanced attack.
So, Ross, why did you pick the Browns, dog? Why you keep picking against the Dolphins, man?
Is Ross there?
You can see, as you can see, you just heard your brother. The Dolphins' defense is not really like that. They're not really built like that. And saying I was hoping Nick Chubb could get off the ground running the balance attack and basically to run the air out the ball, man. Run the air out the ball, play action on third down, and so they often stay off the field. You know what I mean? Long, consistent drives, 10, 8, 9, 10 play drives. You know what I'm saying? They can be. It hasn't happened yet, so yeah, they survive. Put it that way.
Okay, well, it was a blowout, so I'm just. I saw the score. I said, "Oh shit, man! I got to hear what Ross's explanation is going to be on this one, man." But I can understand why you went that route with the defense. But Tua,
I
man,
mean,
that dude. Mm. Yeah, go ahead, Ross.
no, I don't have nothing to say. I mean, they lost.
Okay, well, as it stands, record wise, you had to eat an L for that. So that put you at 33-25. That put me at 37-21, and Richie Rich is at 42-16. So I mean, everybody's still alive here. So let's see how these games are going out. Let's see how these games are panning out. Let's get to this Falcons game, man. We got to talk about this one because everybody picked the Falcons.
In the Falcons, we already went
Uh,
over that.
I know we went over it, but Ross wasn't here.
Yeah, but we can't. You can't. That's already been put in the tally though.
Okay. All right. Let's get to the
It happened.
Vikings game. The Vikings and the Bills game.
Yeah, the Panthers won. Like I couldn't believe that shit.
So how y'all feel? How y'all feel about the Vikings
So
and the Bills, man?
I mean, that was one of the wild games today,
and I
man.
picked, and I know I'm the only one that picked the Vikings. I know I'm the only one that picked the Vikings.
I picked the Vikings too.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
You picked the Vikings too?
I picked
He
the
know,
Vikings.
no,
I
he
picked
knows
the
you.
Vikings.
He knows you picked the
I
Bills.
picked the no. I
you
picked
didn't.
the Vikings. I picked the
I
Vikings.
wrote. He knows. I wrote it down.
Yeah.
You
I
picked the
picked the
Bills.
Vikings, dog.
Me,
Listen to
me.
this
No.
Look
He
at me
knows
lie.
you picked the Bills, bro.
I picked the Vikings,
and
bro.
No, you did not. No, you did not. You picked the
Bruh,
Bills. Me and Ross picked the Vikings. I got it down right here.
Bruh.
Okay, I got my name. I got my name for both the Vikings and the Bills. So that's confusing. Okay, that confused the hell out of me. That's why that means you was the Vikings. Okay, I had my name down twice. That's why it was confusing.
Me and Ross chose the Vikings.
All right, so that put me
Your
at 37 and 22.
my-
Ross is 34 and 25, and Richy Rich is 43 and 16. What were you gonna say, Ross?
Yeah, you got
He's coming in and out, man. This dude probably got a lot of shit to say, man.
Yeah.
I done checked my area, Ross. My internet is good to go, man. It probably could be your area, bro. Are you out and about? But anyways, why did you pick the Vikings, Richy Rich?
I mean, you remember the points we were talking about on Thursday's show,
I remember.
where Josh Allen, his arm wasn't, he was having issues with his arm because of last week's game where he injured the shoulder. I just felt the Vikings were going to be able to take chances, and with their defense and be able to make plays on him. He made mistakes. He threw 2 interceptions, and the Bills weren't really going to be able to run the ball. They're not really a running team. They're a passing team. So the Vikings were going to be able to make plays and eventually put themselves in position to win the game. But they made this thing kind of hard because they had to win. They had to come from behind. They were playing from a deficit because they shot themselves in the foot with turnovers. Kirk Cousins, he threw a couple interceptions, and they were playing from a deficit. But they came back in the second half and they were able to score on the Bills secondary, which I brought up, that they were banged up. Justin Jefferson, that dude balled out. I remember telling somebody to keep that guy on their fantasy because I knew he was going to ball out because Bill's secondary, they weren't going to be able to hold him, especially since their secondary is banged up.
Yeah.
It all was on Kirk Cousins, to step up and make plays. And their defense actually showed up. The defense is not that good, but they were able to, make Josh Allen cough up the ball, and that's how they won.
Yeah, I was rooting it off of the strength of the fact that Josh Allen was consistent, but oh well. Yeah, I did pick the Bills. Ross, you there?
Yeah,
Ross, you there? Okay, good.
This team right here. Yeah, I don't know what it is about this live. Is what you're saying. I know where you begin. I know where you end, but in the middle, I don't know what's going on. So, are you guys hearing me that way? Or are you hearing me good?
We're hearing you now.
Hello?
You coming in now?
I can hear you.
Yeah, man. Yes, like your brother said, man. Like Richard Rich said, I picked the Bills due to I even think Josh Allen was going to play because that you probably shouldn't even play today because of that injury.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, off if you're able to them, man, like the run game is one of the most disrespected and the most overlooked part of football. If you got a decent pass game, a dominant run game, you could beat a lot of teams because that explosive offense they ain't doing. They just sitting there watching, but you got to score at the end of your drives. You got to score touchdowns at the end of your drives. You know what I'm saying? So these guys ain't really that good. The Bills, they're good. How the media's portraying them like they're world beaters and they're juggernauts and nobody's going to beat them. They're not that good. They're not that good.
Well, I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson because I picked them. I picked them because I thought they were going to win.
Got at the end. Hell no, man. They not nice like that. They barely beat. They lost it. They lost it. They barely beat the Ravens. Barely. The Ravens was a rough Josh out of that bullshit roughing passer to keep them in the game. You know what I'm saying? They're not really nice like that. The media just pushing them up to make sure that they're nicer than what they are. Believe it or not, the Dolphins are a way better team than them. The Dolphins are way better. They play similar, but the Dolphins are way better.
I have to agree with
overall
that.
Team.
I have to agree with that. Okay. So as it stands, record-wise, I'm 37-22. Richy Rich is 43-16. And Ross is 34-25. All right, so let's get to this game right here. Let's talk about the Seahawks and the Buccaneers.
Which one?
I mean, the Bucks, man, they actually showed up in this game.
Damn right.
I thought the Seahawks had a chance going in this game. They were the higher team.
You wouldn't listen, though. You wouldn't listen. We told you.
It's a neutral field. They're in Germany. Seahawks are the hottest are one of the hottest teams playing the NFL right now. They were on a longer win streak. Buccaneers, they won that game last week against the Rams, but it was more of the Rams not executing offensively and taking care of the football to run the clock out than it was about the Bucks winning that game. So now the Bucks got a legitimate win. They could be taken a little more seriously. But the Seahawks will win a game straight up.
You forget Tom Brady. The one thing you don't want Tom Brady to do, even this decrepit version of Tom Brady, you don't want Tom Brady going on a win streak road, man. You don't want that because once he goes on a road where he has to keep win streaking, it's over for you. It's over for you, and you got to understand that. And I told you last week when I saw him win the way he did, I said, "Oh shit!" And Tom Brady about to go on a little streak right now. And it just so happened he played a team that was a perfect team because they were, when you look at their record-wise, they're pretty even. Yeah, the Seahawks was what? A little bit better, but they were pretty even. So I knew he was gonna put it to their ass. I knew it. Ross, why'd you pick the Bucks?
I just felt like the Bucks are gonna after that last win. I felt like they was gonna go on a little streak. But the Seahawks aren't like they're making those key plays. They're not like dominant enough for me to say they're gonna for sure beat anybody. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I was like, the fact if Tom Brady would have been playing the Seahawks in Seattle, I would have said he was gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? Because they're a team that depend on their home field because you can't hit shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to go. Yeah. It's hard to go to Seattle and win.
Yeah, them fans.
Since Russell Wilson came there, it's hard to go there and win. consideration. Yeah.
Okay, so right now, 38-22.
So
Richy Rich got to
another
eat that
W
loss.
for
He's
me.
43-17. And Ross, you so far you looking good, man. You getting up there, 35-25. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so let's get to this one. Let's get to this next one here. Let's talk about the Lions and the Bears. Shit.
Yeah, I won my whole team and lost again.
Yeah, we gotta find out, Ross.
It was
Why
a
you
good
going with the
game
Bears?
though. It wasn't like they got
your team?
put out. They just they cut.
You know why I'm laughing? Because Richy Rich went with the Bears too.
I mean, there was a point where the Bears were up, man, by a decent margin, but you know, like they traded away their defense for offense. But I think Justin Fields, he's balling, he's doing his thing, but at some point he's gonna have to learn to use these pieces that they traded for because he's doing a little too much. He's gonna have you gotta use your arm effectively too. You can't just run the ball. He made a mistake and gave up a pick six, and that cost him. You know, it was a late pick six, a late turnover where one of the corners on the Detroit Lions ran it for a touchdown, and the Bears defense couldn't stop the Lions from driving the ball down the field, and they scored 31-30. And then the Bears had the ball in the 2-minute drill, and they weren't able to convert. They're not that good of a team to be running 2-minute drills. They have to be playing from ahead, which they were, but they gave up that lead. You know, they had a chance, but you know, they're just a team they're not complete yet.
Let me tell y'all a little secret, man. The Lions have secretly been a team for me that is a game changer team. When I need them for surprise attacks, this is the third week in a row for surprise attack. They've been benefiting me, boy. So I'm gonna keep using them when it comes to these surprise attack situations because I'm the only one that picked the Lions. So as it stands, you know, I'm catching up on those heels. 39-22. Richy Rich, you done ate another loss, 43-18. And Ross, you 35-26, man. So let's get to the Chiefs game. I mean, it's unanimous. Everybody picked the Chiefs. I think we know why everyone picked the Chiefs because Patrick Mahomes, we knew he was going to be game changing.
Yeah.
But you know, other than that, do you guys have anything else y'all want to talk about with the Chiefs game, or do you want me to move on?
Move on. There's nothing really to talk about.
That was a self pick. That was easy.
Okay. All right. So that got Ross at 36-26. I'm 40-22. Richy Rich is 44-18. All right, let's get to the next one. Let's talk about the Giants. I mean, everybody here got the Giants. So this is a no-brainer. The Giants won. So that's another sweep for everyone. Obviously, it's because they're playing the Texans. I'm sure you guys don't want to talk about it because that's pretty much a game where the Texans are garbage and everybody knew what the outcome was going to be. I guess the only other thing that I want to ask you guys, is with the Texans, man. How do y'all feel the Texans need to just do an overhaul?
I thought when I come to the top.
Ross, you there?
That's what they doing. Yeah, man. I'm sorry, man, but I can't hear nothing y'all saying. So when I come in, it's like it's not even on the right timing.
Gotcha. Yeah. So how do you feel? How do you feel about this? How do you feel about the Texans?
Oh no, call how to do it, but
you want to call in? You want to call in? Here, let me have you call in then.
Yeah,
Richy Rich, man.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Richy Rich, man. Talk to him, man. Let's get to it, man. What do the Texans need to fucking do? as a team because they've been garbage for like damn near a decade now, man. What they need to do to just overhaul their situation.
I mean, they already got their running back, Damian Pierce. That guy looks like he's a solid running back. There's a guy that they can go with as their main number one towards the future. But it looked like David Mills didn't pan out. He was the guy that they were trying to put there as the quarterback, and as a stopgap. But he's not going to pan out. So they're going to have to go after a real quarterback. They're going to be able to do that in this year's draft, and find their quarterback for the future. But they also have to, get new pieces on that defense. They're the worst defense in the league when it comes to teams running the ball on them. They give up a lot of yards. You saw Saquon; he ran for over 150 some yards on them. They give up a lot of running yards, so they're gonna have to address that issue if they want to get better as a team. Just that they need a new quarterback. They need some playmakers on that. New playmakers on defense that can stop the run. Lovie Smith, he's not a bad coach. It's just, he has a lot of experience. It's just, he's coaching a team that has too many holes. So you just got to be patient with him and get players in, draft players, get veterans that can help out and fix those holes, fix those gaps.
What about you, Ross? Like, what do you think the Texans need to do, man, as a team overall?
Anybody who worked anything, they need to trade. They need to start trading for picks and just start to rebuild. With Deshaun Watson, there's a reason why they put Deshaun Watson through so much shit. Because they knew he was the only thing that was keeping them competitive. You know what I'm saying? They already got rid of Hopkins because he spoke up for himself. And so when Deshaun Watson started saying that he didn't want to be there, that's the reason why they hit him with so many lawsuits to try to run his name in the ground, because they knew that him leaving, that just made them go into the rebuilding stage over again. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He's supposed to be the franchise quarterback. Him leaving really screwed them. But they didn't want to change the way they did business. They wanted to keep treating people like trash and keep their franchise quarterback. It don't work that way. So he left. And now, when he left, that officially put them back in the rebuilding stage. So they need anything that worked, anything they need to get rid of for the picks.
Facts.
And just rebuild all over again. Anything that they could get, anybody that they could get a couple of picks for, they need to get rid of them.
Okay, so let's get to the next game, because this next game, this is where Ross gets just a little bit of separation. He's the only motherfucker that picked the Steelers. Richy Rich, you picked the Saints and I picked the Saints, so that's a loss on both of our columns. That puts you at 45-19. That puts me at 41-23, but that puts Ross at 38-26. Ross, why did you pick the Steelers, man? We picked the Saints.
Because the Saints have a quarterback issue. Andy Dalton was never nice like that.
Mm-hmm.
If you make Andy Dalton was never nice like that. Everything has to be on point for Andy Dalton. You know what I'm saying? Ready to say height, 1, 2, 3, ball out. 1, 2, 3, ball out. 1, 2, 3, ball out. If he has to scramble, if he has to do anything off kilter, off schedule, it's over for him. It's over for him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I knew that defense could get under his skin. And that's why I chose him. If he has to do anything off schedule, it's almost a certified. It's almost an automatic loss for him.
Yep. So, Ross, that was a good one, man. So we're gonna get to the next one, because we gotta talk about this one. And I told Richy Rich this. Richy Rich wouldn't fucking listen. I told his ass about the Titans and the Broncos. Ross, you picked the Broncos. Richy Rich, you picked the Broncos, but I picked the Titans. And the Titans won 17-10. Why did you guys pick the Broncos in this game?
Because the Broncos on paper is the fucking better team, but
nothing they doing makes sense. None of their calls make sense. And I'm gonna stop going with them, man. I'm gonna stop going with them off the strength because, man, bro, there's no way they're not supposed to lose against the Titans with a banged up Tannehill and Doom who's not ready to start yet. They're not supposed to lose to that thing. Derrick Henry not even running the ball like that. He ain't even killing like that.
Richy,
you know what I'm saying?
Richy Rich,
like,
why'd you do that? Why'd you make that gaffe?
I mean, the Broncos are coming off a bye, and Tennessee Titans, you didn't know, just like, Ross said, Tannehill is coming off a bad ankle. And when you look at the numbers, Henry didn't really go off in this game, man. It just came down to bad execution from the Broncos. They look like they're going to need to bring in an offensive coordinator that can open up things offensively for that team because they struggle moving the ball. Their defense can keep them in the game, but their offense, man, can't get separation because they can't convert.
No cap, man. I'm just being honest. Y'all both need to have like a football show together where y'all just talk football to both of y'all because y'all both like feed off of each other very well, man. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but I mean, I'm just the spectator listening from the outside. I noticed that you guys fill in for each other. You close up each other's gaps on what you're trying to say. You guys know what each other is saying. So low key, man, y'all need a little football show, man. That's what I'm talking about. Like y'all breaking this shit down.
Yeah, just a football show right here.
I know. But
yeah, man.
So the record wise, Richy Rich done ate 4 fucking losses straight. So he's at 45 and 20. I told him this week was even gonna hurt. I'm at 42 and 23. And Ross, you at 38 and 27, man. So you closing gap. You closing the ranks. You coming up. But Richy Rich, this is gonna be the hurt week for him. That's why when he came on, he didn't. I know he usually have this strut about him. He didn't come in with a strut. He came in, surprise week. They surprised for your ass. That's why it's surprise week.
Hey man, I'll take it this week. I'll take the L this week, man. It's all right.
Cash money shit.
He was talking cash money shit because he thought he was ahead, but your ass eating L's. So let's talk the Cowboys and let's talk the Packers because Ross is having a great week because Ross is the only one to pick the Packers. Can't fucking believe Aaron Rodgers beat the Cowboys. But Ross, why did you pick the Packers in this game?
Because, man, the Cowboys always do this shit. Soon as you start putting expectations on them, they always fall. It's probably my expectations. When it gets to the point where not everybody's saying like they're locked to go to the playoffs, they're locked to do this. As soon as they start getting any expectations, they crumble, man.
That's true.
And then Aaron Rodgers always have his way with the Cowboys. He's gonna have his way with the Cowboys for a long time now.
Damn, man. I thought the Cowboys was gonna do their thing, man. I thought the Cowboys was gonna this year. They wasn't gonna fold, but they folded in that game, man. And it was a game. It was like, how the hell did Aaron Rodgers come back and pull this thing together? Richy Rich, did this game shock you?
Kind of. Nah, not really, man. Because Dak Prescott, man, when the light is shined the brightest on him, that's when he chokes. You know, you could blame two people in this game. You got to blame Dak Prescott with the turnovers. He was rushing throws and not letting things develop. And the defense, man, they've been playing bad the last 2 weeks. Like they haven't been stopping anybody.
So that's why y'all feel. Yeah. That's why y'all feel. That's why they got Cooper Rush. They have a backup just in case.
Cooper Rush ain't gonna help them out. Let's be honest. He's a.
Cooper Rush would have played. They'd got blew up by 30.
Yeah, man. Let's be serious.
That's just a marketing about Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones is the master marketer. He knows if you make it a spectacle of everything that his team going to stay being the most famous in the league. Because his team, you know, the Cowboys are so famous that they go viral when they lose.
Facts.
It don't matter who they playing against. Niggas be so happy to say the Cowboys lose. They always viral. The Cowboys are always viral. They always viral no matter what, whether they win or lose. So and that's why he does. He makes spectacles. He makes this. He makes that. So you always focus on the Cowboys, man. Jerry Jones doesn't know good job with Cooper Cup. Ain't never gonna start. Dak Prescott can stand up straight.
Yep. I told Richy Rich, dog. I told him this week I was gonna catch up on his ass. Y'all picked the Raiders, man. I picked the Colts. Why did y'all pick the Raiders against the Colts, man? I was like, it's two garbage teams, but the Colts was less garbage.
You got lucky with that pick.
You did, man.
The Colts cold. The Colts not even good. The Raiders are I'll say the Raiders are the most disappointing team this year, man.
Mm-hmm.
They're so disappointing. Last year they're so disappointing this year.
Mm-hmm.
And Dude has no excuse. Derek Carr has no fucking excuse, man. You got a bona fide stud over there.
Yep. A
bona fide stud, but you know the problem is? I can tell you the problem is I ain't even watching them games like that. I can tell you the breakdown film, I already know what the problem is. He's there with Devontae Adams, and he feels obligated to try to force him the ball, and he's probably not going through his progression like he's supposed to. I guarantee you. Yeah. He's probably not going through his progression like he's supposed to. And even Lamar Jackson will do this a lot. But when he starts getting in trouble, it's because he's looking for Mark Andrews too much. But Derek Carr, I guarantee you, he's leaning on Devontae Adams and not seeing things underneath and just fucking them up. That's why they losing. That team should not be losing like this.
Richy Rich, what's your take on it?
It's disappointing, man. And just disappointing. And that head coach, Josh McDaniels, man, he probably gonna do what he did with the Denver Broncos when he became the head coach of that team, and they had a bad first season. He decided to step down, and he went right back to the New England Patriots, the coach under Bill Belichick again. That's what he's probably going to do in this situation, because that team is so bad, man. I don't know, bro. And looking at their situation in the future, Josh Jacobs, he's been balling. That's their running back. That guy, they're not going to be able to sign him because they done paid Carr, they done paid Devontae Adams, they done paid Waller, and they done paid some people on their defense. They're not gonna have money in their cap to pay him, so he's gonna leave for free agency. So what is that team gonna look like going forward, man? I don't know. Some people are already saying that, some people that are fans of the Raiders are saying that they should move on from Derek Carr and go draft a quarterback. Go rebuild, get a quarterback and start over.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, because Derek Carr is a guy who's had two lifelines. First, I thought his lifeline, his fire extinguished with the Texans. Then he ended up getting another lifeline with the Raiders. So his lifeline is completely done and over with. Now,
when you're a white quarterback, you got infinity lifelines, boy.
That's true.
You got infinity lifelines, man. If Derek Carr was black, his ass would not be starting with no team.
Nope.
When he played with the way he played with Houston.
Yep. He probably would have been already out the league. I mean, look at RG3. He would have been out the league already.
If he was black, but if he white,
that dude always played with the Raiders. You probably referring to his brother. That was his brother that played with the Texans.
Yeah.
Oh, his brother. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, you messed me up, man. That's his little brother, man.
Yeah, that's his little bro. He plays for the Raiders.
Yeah. You're right.
Oh yeah. Speaking of his brother, man, his brother had one good year, and they be having him all on ESPN critiquing other QBs. Shut the fuck up, man.
That's how it be. If there's anybody that, as a white quarterback, that got some recognition to talk, is Tim Tebow, because at least Tim Tebow put up some games. He put up some games.
He can talk about winning. He can't talk about like the actual like the actual nuances of being a quarterback because he didn't know those nuances.
No, he didn't know the nuances, and he didn't know the nuances of winning no damn Super Bowl, so he can't talk about that shit. Ugh.
I'm talking about just regular football play. He's missing a lot of things. But the thing about Tebow is if the game is close, he can make that one winning play.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But he had to have the coldest. He had to have if Tebow got the best defense and just competent people, he could win because
if he had the best defense and athletic players, you got to have athletic players around him.
Yeah, I'm talking about a great defense that could keep a team no less than 14 points.
Yep.
If they score more than 14, he's gonna lose.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts. You're right about that. So as it stands, we got to laugh at Richy Rich because he's eating a 6-game losing streak. Richy Rich is at 45-22. Whoosh.
Yeah.
That motherfucker was at 16, though. He up to 22. I'm catching up on him. I'm 43-24. And Ross, man, you had a hellified week. You catching up. You got 39-28, man. You looking healthy this week, man. This is a healthy week for you.
Yeah, but that Vegas hurt me, man. The Vegas hurt me bad.
Yeah. So let's close it out. Let's close it out. Because we gotta talk about this game right here, man. Let's talk about the Rams and the Cardinals, dog. The Rams and the Cardinals, man. I picked the Rams, and you and Richy Rich picked the Cardinals, so that helped you both out. So Ross, we looking at you just broke 40, man. You at 40-28. Richy Rich is 46-22. Finally, he done got a win, and I'm 43-25. So why did y'all pick the Cardinals to win that game?
I mean, man, the Cardinals are a better team, man. Russell and the Rams. The Rams are probably the worst defending champions of all time. Low key, Matthew Stafford is not like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's not like that. The problem is, whenever something is new, it's hard to catch up with. But a leopard can't change their spots, man. Matthew Stafford was new on the Rams. People weren't used to seeing him with all those weapons. You know what I'm saying? So he's catching people off guard. But now that people are used to him, they know all you gotta do is take away his first option.
Facts.
If you take away his first option, the reason why he was looking nice last year because his second option was fucking Odell Beckham.
Mm-hmm.
That's why. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to look. That's how you know Baker Mayfield trash. Because if you can't play with Odell Beckham, it's you the problem.
Yep, that's true.
Listen, the crazy thing about this game is none of them dudes played. Stafford or Kyler Murray. Both were out with injuries. It was a game of backup quarterbacks, and Colt McCoy, he's a better backup than Wofford, whoever that backup was on the Rams. But that guy, Colt McCoy, can win you some games, man, in the regular season. He's done it. He's like one of those journeyman quarterbacks. He's been on a few teams in the NFL, and he's been able to win some regular season games. Give the starter some cushion when they need some time off because they're nursing injuries. This guy has won some games, so Cardinals definitely had an advantage having him as a backup. He's a competent backup. He's a game manager, but he's a game manager that doesn't force things, and he knows how to drive you down the field and score. So they were in the better position to win that game with that guy under center.
So now
that's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
But at the time when I made my decision, I didn't know about the injuries, so I was just basically telling why I made my decision. I made my decision off of the regular people playing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I made my decision off that too. But I was worried because I saw that both them dudes wasn't playing. But when I saw it was Colt McCoy who's the backup, I was like, man, Cardinals should win this.
Yeah.
So right now, all of us are like 3 games away from each other, man, within 3 game striking distance. Richy Rich, this week, last week was horrible for you. This week was super horrible for you, which is good. We just need you to have one more horrible week, and then you'll be right there with us. I'll be probably ahead of you, and then Ross will probably be neck and neck with you. But Richy Rich is 46-22. I'm 43 and 25, and Ross, you 40 and 28. So this still is anybody's shit. We got 2 more games.
And let's not forget, we still got 2 games this week. We still got the Niners.
Yep.
That's playing now.
Yep.
And we still got Monday night.
Exactly.
And I think this one I'm gonna take off on y'all because I think both y'all picked the Eagles and I picked Washington.
Yeah. You pick the Commanders, and then we pick the Eagles.
This motherfucker finally said it right.
Yeah, I mean it's in front of me. It says Commanders, so yeah, you're right.
Call them Commodores.
Yeah, because it's in front of me. It's in front of me. The thing in front of me say when I don't see the name, then it's Commodores. But I see in front of me it say Commanders. So yeah, it sounds right to say Commanders. So yeah, that's why I said it, Commanders. But yeah, you're right. I think Ross, you're gonna. This is what I think. I think Ross, you're gonna lose the Commanders, but you're gonna win the Niners. So you're gonna be 1-1. I believe that I'm gonna be
down because whenever you write shit down that you think you be acting like that's what really happened.
Yeah, I'm gonna be 2-0, and Richy Rich is gonna be. Let's see, Richy Rich pick. Well, he's gonna win 1 because he picked the Eagles. So Richy Rich will be 1-1. It'll break plain 1-1 between these 2 games. So right now, your 49ers just hit a field goal, but the Chargers are up. So we're hoping the Chargers win. And then the Commodores, when they play the Eagles, that one's gonna be Ross picked the Commodores, we picked the Eagles. So yeah, that's just gonna be crazy. That game.
Watch me go 2-0 in these last 2 games.
You ain't gonna.
I've been pretty good in the last 2 games.
No, you just won 1 after losing 6 straight. So you right now,
see, I can see that's the thing though. When you have a good cushion, you can afford that. Now I need to. I gotta go in the lab.
Right now,
I gotta go back in the lab and get that cushion on you guys again.
There is no cushion right now because after these 2 games, let's say Ross get 1-1, which he probably will. He'll be 41 and 28. Me, I'm gonna be 45 and 25, and you're gonna be 46 and 27. You're gonna be 47 and 27. I'm gonna be right on your fucking heels. So you ain't gonna have no damn cushion.
Don't worry, man. Enjoy it now. I'm gonna make sure I get some extension next week.
So this was a good one, man. This was a good week 10. Any closing things you guys want to say? Richy Rich, I'm gonna let you start off, and then Ross, you could close on the back end. Any closing things you guys want to say?
I mean, it's.
I'm good, bro.
Okay.
I mean, I see both of y'all doing your thing, man. This week, starting to bridge the gap, But I'm gonna be ready for you next week, though.
Listen, man. I could tell when you hurting because you don't come in with the sweat. It's been 2 weeks since your ass been coming in talking shit. You're not talking shit. You coming in. It was a wild week. When you say wild week, that don't sound good. That means you eat L's. That's why you say that.
I'm gonna be looking forward to seeing what you guys have to say next week.
Hey, next week, Ross, watch, he gonna say that same shit. It's a wild week, man.
Laugh now, cry later, all right?
But hey, man, this one right here, anybody, and you know what I like about it? There's 8 weeks left. So with the record that we all have with breaking 40, this is still any man's time to win, man. There's still 8 weeks of football left, so a lot of picks. Anybody can win this shit, man. That's why I was hoping it was going to become like this, because now it was going to force everybody to have to do what they got to do. Yeah, but all right, man. Y'all be easy. Y'all take care. Richy Rich, appreciate your contributions. Ross, appreciate your contributions. Peace.
Peace.
Peace, bro.